I want you to write the polite sex book, like the proper polite method.
I just said it. How many times have you gone into work and then looked at your boss and said, what are they doing? You ever think about the levels at a job, Brett? Of course, the people on the very bottom. What do they do?
Usually clean.
Yeah, and then there is the people just above them. They're the ones that do the second hardest job at the place, right?
Deal with customers?
Yeah, that sort of thing. And then there's another level above that, and that's the manager that's in the place. Now let's think about what comes after that, right? You might have a guy named like Glenn that comes to your office every 6 months, and you have to lay out the red carpet for Glenn. Think about what the person above Glenn does. Jerry is the person above Glenn, right?
Okay.
His job is basically going to lunch, right?
Yeah, powerful meetings,
Yeah.
shaking hands real hard.
We're gonna go up to the CEO now. The people that sit around a table and who knows what they're doing? Nobody knows what they talk about.
Playing cards.
What connection does that person have to what you do and what the customer gets? It just seems like you could really chop like 5 or 6 levels off of any job and the company would still run perfectly.
Think about your job. Now imagine your manager isn't there. How much smoother would your day run?
I mean, how many of you work a job where you don't even know who the fucking CEO is of the company? That means they're absolutely useless. They're parasites.
They're on the top, getting most of the money, sending their kids to private school, driving the fanciest cars, and they can't make a sandwich. Every new level of hierarchy is more money coming out of your paycheck. Unions are fucking great because it's not HR.
You need solidarity with the other workers. We need to use that and exercise that. You and your other workers are the most important people at that company. I mean, hell, the way I think about it, maybe you don't get a union at all and you just take the whole company away from the bosses, and that's called a co-op.
For the almighty dollar, everyone's a slave. Cause what's the point of doing shit if you ain't getting paid? Ay.
Oh my God, have you heard the news? Kids are dying of kratom.
That's not true.
They're injecting it into their veins.
I don't think that's happening.
An ABC Action News exclusive. A mom says a popular herb killed her son.
The most recent death happened in early June. Kratom, also known as metrogenine, was one of 4 drugs blamed for his death.
This was like the devil's drug.
It really is just a green powder that makes people feel better.
Yeah, it's a leaf. It grows from the ground, you smash it up, you make a tea out of it, you throw it down the back of your throat, you eat some capsules, and you feel better, your mind's clear. And most people that use kratom don't have access to healthcare or prescriptions or any of that regular medicine stuff. They get it from local stores or online.
Let's do an example here. You're a young person, you don't understand how all this works, so let me explain this to you. When you get hurt in your older age, let's say you're 34, you work on a roof, you fall off, and you crush your fucking heel, right? It's all shattered. The doctor 10, 15 years ago was like, that's fucked up, that really hurts. You're gonna need some opioids to kill that pain. And then the DEA says, no, you can't have those anymore. These doctors have to tighten up their prescriptions. And now you don't have any. You can't afford them. What do? You can take kratom. It has the same effects, it's less addictive, and it's more gross. So that even brings down the use. You're not gonna use it as much. Kratom kills the pain in your body. It also cures social anxiety.
The government's solution to stuff like this is always prohibition, which means putting more people in jail.
How big is your appetite for the war on drugs? I'm sure it's small. It's shrinking every single day. Don't let them continue it. Don't let them outlaw more stuff.
Good point.
Thank you.
I mean, I tell you what, even the jobs that paid me nothing, like when I was first learning them, it was like, all right, I can do this. You just need somebody to get the plates and make them go from here to here. I can be the master of that. I was really into that, and I can do that. But after a while, it's like, you guys treat me like shit, and I get the plates from here to here every fucking time, and you talk down to me and shit. What's going on?
Jesus,
you're counting my lunches. Like, you're looking at what I'm eating. You're like figuring out when I'm going out to smoke. Like, all of a sudden, you're in my shit. But all you said you wanted from me was the plates to go from here to here, and I'm getting the plates from here to here.
God, that was the most accurate representation of how I feel when I get a job. At first, I'm helpless. I'm a little baby. I'm sucking off the tea to the manager to tell me what I need to do. You know, I don't want to, my wings aren't fully formed yet. And then once I learn what I'm doing, I'm like, you know, y'all could treat me a lot better for this. I deserve a lot more for this.
Wow, this is some bullshit right here. Now that you kicked me out of the nest and I'm flying through the sky and trying to flap my wings here, I don't think you're giving me enough.
I don't like this.
You didn't set me up right.
You know, you probably hear people constantly talking about this horrible thing called capitalism.
I have.
Yeah, you've heard that?
Yes.
You're like, what? How does capitalism affect me? I will tell you, it runs your entire fucking life. You've probably heard of socialism or communism. Communism. And they say they try to control your entire life. Your whole day is taken away from you. What control do you have over your day now?
Most people have to be chained to a desk for 40 hours a week, and they're not allowed to leave.
When you wake up in the morning and you feel like shit and you have to wipe the sleep from your eyes and like look around and be like, why does this have to happen this early in the morning? That's a capitalism.
And it controls everything, like your healthcare, your education. It all comes down to making money, but some things just don't make money. Honestly, ask yourself, how afraid are you of getting an injury and how that could possibly fuck up your life?
Yeah. You're being stopped from skateboarding, breakdancing, doing anything fun, because if you get injured, you're fucked forever. You can't go to work.
And so then you have all these people that say, well, we can make a kinder capitalism, a more conscious capitalism. It isn't gonna fucking happen. We need anarchy, we need socialism, we need communism, we need anything but more capitalism.
But wait, Brett. When you go to the grocery store, you have almost unlimited choice. You can buy 100 different types of cereals.
All made from the same stuff with different graphics on the outside.
All corn. It's basically just a bunch of boxes of corn.
That's capitalism.
It actually treats about 1% of the population like humans, and the rest of us like tools for those superhumans. You don't have any money, your bank account's low? I know where the money is. Jeff Bezos has it, the Waltons have it.
And they took it from us, right?
They took it from us.
We're just getting our money back.
Yeah, your work made that money. You deserve that money. That's your money. The 1% has never decided to do the right thing. That's why we have to take power and just spread it out among the 100% of people that exist.
Before we commence expelling this ghost,
Hey, Street Fight family, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, how's it going tonight? It's Street Fight holiday special. It's 2 days till Christmas. Brian and I are in the basement. You can watch us live every single Wednesday night on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can jump in the chat. We have all kinds of cool people that show up every single week and comment on the show and hang out, and we appreciate you for doing that. We are the #1 anarcho-comedy radio show on any station across the nation, coming out of Columbus, Ohio. You can hear us live on WCRSFM.org if you're not .org, but WCRSFM 92.7 or 98.3 if you're inside Columbus. We do a call-in show on Sunday nights if you want to let us know what's going on in your working life. We want to hear about it. And if you want to support what we do, we don't sell shit. We don't try to get you to drink bad beer or anything like that. We just rely on donations, subscriptions. Not really donations. We do a lot of work. We've got a lot of bonus content over on patreon.com/streetfightradio. You can get access to premium podcasts like Buttfest 2000, Shocktober, 100 Million Tons of Steel, and all kinds of other great things to listen to. There's 100 episodes over there right now for just $5 a month. You get access to that. We've got zines and video content as well. So get it right. Get Street Fight on Patreon. Thank you for being here. I'll say it again like I do every single week. And how's it going, Brian?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's Christmas time. And I got a gift in the mail today from Susan. She wrote our McSweeney's article.
Yes, she wrote about your time at, she interviewed you about working at Chuck E. Cheese.
At a little place called Chuck's. It's ILOVEUSUE. I'm going to hold it up. It is an entire box of caramellos.
Yeah.
And it's in the camera. It's a whole fucking box. I will eat these in a week. But I love them.
Yeah.
And they're going to be so good.
Great gift.
And now, because I wanted to do this on the air, I wanted to give Brett one of his presents. I got him 3, but there's this one that I wanted to give on the show. So I'm going to walk over. I'm going to hand you a gift, Brett.
Yeah. Let me roast you a little bit here and say that you really, these gifts really burn like a hole in your pocket. I mean, you give stuff out. You tell people what they're getting before Christmas. You give it before Christmas. You really just, as soon as you have them, you're like, I have to get these out of my.
This is just one I wanted to do on the show more than I wanted to do in private because I think it's funny a little bit. You know, everything I do is kind of a funny gift. And I did not wrap this one.
You didn't?
I wrapped those 2, as you can tell.
Those are a little.
Those are Christmas Day gifts. I will be giving those to Brett on Christmas Day. I'm leaving them here so that I don't have to get them.
Okay.
But open it up, man. Open this thing up. These listeners got to see it. It's a heavy one.
It's big. It's hard. It feels like a wooden box of some sort.
It's a heavy one.
All right, I'm opening
it up.
It's okay. Oh, yay! Hell yeah! I can't wait.
This is
blackened whiskey.
Batch 100, Brett. It's the special blackened whiskey, and it came with 2 records. And you want to know what's on those records?
Yeah.
The music they played while they were blasting the whiskey with Metallica music.
That's amazing. Yeah, so while this is aging in barrels, they play Metallica, right?
Yeah.
So it's infused with the sounds and fury of Metallica.
Yes, it is.
Holy shit. This is awesome.
These are going to be. Brett one time told me earlier on in the year that he wakes up every day and he listens to Bleeding Me by Metallica. And he says he sings I'm Digging a Hole. And that, like, it makes him feel like somebody understands him, that his back hurts every day. And James Hetfield sounds like his back hurts every day.
Yeah, well, and I created my own problems.
Yes, and I want you to have whiskey that makes you feel like your back hurts, along with James Hetfield.
Yeah, that's that pain. It's a picture disc. We got we got the gang here with the distillery. Oh my gosh, this is amazing, man! Thank you so much.
Oh, dude, no problem. It's my pleasure. It was.
Look at this surly guy.
A surly man made this whiskey.
Ooh, Leper Messiah, Battery, Blackened, Creeping Death, Unforgiven, Whiplash, Justice for All, Nothing Else Matters, Disposable Heroes, Fade to Black, Spit Out the Bone, all infused into this whiskey.
That whiskey, when you drink that, it's going to taste exactly like those songs.
Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love it. This is so awesome.
It was I was like, going back and forth on this for a couple weeks, and then I said, you know what? I have to make sure that he has this whiskey. He would not buy this with show money.
Right.
So I kept saying, buy it with show money and drink it, dude. Buy it with show money and drink it. And I finally was just like, I'm gonna have to get it because he needs that Metallica feeling in his body, in his belly.
Yeah, and you know something? I never gave up from being 20 years old. I still save my special bottles of liquor.
Really? Oh, yeah, you do.
I have a small collection. The ones that came from Japan, the one that Patton gave to us, and then of course a bottle of Ivanovich menthol tobacco flavored vodka.
Yeah, yeah. I did know that too. Yeah, that was like, that's the thing is like you get something like this, and I think there's probably millions of people that bought, or thousands of people that bought this and aren't going to drink it. But one thing I knew is that you would drink it.
Oh
like,
yeah.
It's like, what's the point? I'll put brown water in it when I'm done.
I am going to wait till Adam comes over. I'm going to pour him a glass. We're going to turn up Metallica really loud and sit in fancy armchairs with 2 fingers of blackened whiskey.
Blackened American whiskey.
Hell yeah.
Such
Thanks,
a silly. Oh, you're welcome. I wish they would have. I wish it had like some black coals in it or something.
Sure.
Just something. I wish they would have made the whiskey
Just
black.
go all the way.
Yeah, this is blackened, baby.
Everything. It's charred.
And the way I learned about this was from Howard Stern. So Shocktober really got us to this because Howard Stern does live reads for it. And he's like, you know what? You want whiskey? Here's some whiskey that's infused with the music of Metallica, a band that I really like.
There's not a lot of whiskeys you can trust, but this one has rode it. This one rode the lightning. Yeah. And it's filled with the intensity of Metallica's music.
Yeah. So,
best.
I wanted to just give that to you on the air because it's just a funny gift. It's a funny, like, Metallica whiskey is the weirdest thing I can think of. I cannot think of a weirder gimmick for whiskey.
I do wonder with James's issues with, being sober now and everything. It does feel in a way, I guess it is cool that he's like, I can't do it anymore, but please, if you like the music and it helps you headbang, get blackened.
Well, I get money too.
Yeah, that's true. Get money.
I know. I thought the Slipknot whiskey was really interesting too, but like the Slipknot whiskey, they didn't even play any Slipknot.
Sure.
Right. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, this is something that there's no other whiskey that's been infused with this much intense sound.
Yeah.
Now we sound like we're doing a read.
Yeah. So I got this story this week.
We have more stuff if you want.
We have more stuff. Oh, yeah, go
Christmas
for it.
Cards?
Yeah, do some Christmas cards.
We did get some Christmas cards. This one I just saw. It was from Minion Death Call.
Okay.
One of our favorite podcasts. We did the 2000s episode of Butt Fest last night.
It was great. It's so fun. But you'll probably be hearing it tomorrow. The 2000s episode was so fun. I've been thinking about this, and if I was smart, there would have been 2 90s episodes and 2 2000s episodes. But I
think it could be revisited. I think you should, people that have personal relationships with it, like, you can dive into it with anybody, really.
Well, my goal,
all the bands. There's more bands I could have talked about that we didn't even touch.
Right. My goal, if you know anybody that can get me in contact with either the lead singer of Days of the New or somebody from Tantric, and they will let me talk to them about how their thing fell apart, I would do anything for that. Like, I would love that.
It's a cool card.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Everything they do is cool. They're the 2 coolest guys.
It's a frog stabbing another frog in the heart and taking their money. It says, "Merry Christmas to you, Brett and Brian. Merry Christmas, boys. It's been a year since we were palling around with you guys. Please accept this card with Victorian era Christmas artwork in the spirit of the season. Alex and Tony." They sent us some stickers, some Drug Church stickers. Cool stuff.
Nice. Drug Church.
Yeah, I think it's a band.
Okay, I like the name anyway.
It's just a good sticker, though. Like, you don't have... It's a good sentiment, even if you don't know the band. This next one comes to us from Larry and Sarah.
So thank you. Oh, this is a sweet personal card. This is like some wholesome ass people. They're in their buffalo plaid. Says insert generic holiday greeting here.
Okay. I like a generic holiday greeting.
It says, this year has been fine. Fine, I said it was fine. Y'all have meant way more than you know over the years. Thanks for being there. I hope you and your families are safe, warm, happy, and I hope we all get everything we need. So true.
We're pretty there, yeah. Well, I hope everybody gets everything they need,
Thank you, Larry, Sarah, and Bob. That was wonderful. I'll show you where I post them up. I'm gonna go on Instagram. I'll show you. We have on the back of the studio, I hang up all the letters and stuff that we get from people.
The TV studio, yeah. Back there on the back, we have letters. I look at them a lot.
It is good. I mean, I have it here. Maybe we should get some for your house too. But if I ever get like overwhelmed and stuff, I do read it and just am like, it really takes me to a different place. It gets me in a better headspace.
I can imagine it would. I mean, you know, I go into my DMs and people are being nice, and I'm like, it's unbelievable.
Oh my God. Okay.
Is it a long letter?
No, it's better than that. This one's from Garrett. I think this is actually from Mike. You know, old four-finger Mike Riedling. This is pictures of us as Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc.
Okay.
There's somebody on Facebook Marketplace that you can pay to make you into Mike Wazowski. That's Brian.
Okay, yeah, that looks a little bit like me as Mike. I don't know who Mike Wazowski is because I don't watch
Monsters,
cartoons.
Inc?
No, of course not.
And here's Jake. Look at Jake.
Okay, that's beautiful. Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. Like I said, I don't watch any Pixar or anything. I'm very.
These are beautiful. We'll get these framed.
Yeah, we'll put these somewhere in the studio too. That's very nice. That's very nice.
Yes, thank you. Last one. Who is this? Oh, this is a scrap of paper. It says, "Thank you for coming on the Rock Hard Caucus podcast and for the years of entertainment and inspiration.
Hey, I didn't
Here
do
are
that.
some stickers. Please paste them on traffic signs in your area. Love, Justin."
Oh, I know Justin.
yeah,
we met Justin in Iowa.
Right.
He was sweet.
Cool guy, Justin.
Yeah, cool. He's very cool. He plays a lot of instruments.
Yep. He knows how to blast the sax.
Well, I want to thank everybody for sending stuff to us. It's very sweet, and it's overwhelming to me. It feels very good that people like us that much.
And if you ever want to send anything, it's P.O. Box 82306, Columbus, Ohio 43202.
Yeah, we didn't come up with a cool letters or anything. I don't know what 842306 or whatever it is you said.
Stick Stickley used to have a pretty tight one.
Okay, Stick Stickley. I don't know who that is either.
All right.
Yeah, you know, I'm not cool. So I got this article sent to me a few times, and what's really funny is, Brett, you were at my house when I read this.
Okay.
You know, the Google Cards thing. That, like, my news comes from, I go on to Google Cards and I just scroll through and read about heavy metal and whatever they decide to send me.
Yeah,
know?
I like to do that as well. I also, I'm not seeking out what I want. I'm just like, what will they put in front of you? Like, what's the default thing that they will just throw in front of me to get me entertained?
And it's all, it is like, and it indicates what you search for and stuff like that too. Like, and this is Central Ohio news. But actually, as we go further into this story, I'll tell you that I do have almost not a personal link to this, but Brett, you were at my house working last Friday, and I was going through the cards, and this article came up, and I read it sitting on the couch, but I was tired, and I was like trying to fall asleep, so I didn't say anything. But an Ohio couple with business ties to a small Columbus suburb has purchased the Westchester Golf Course for $1.7 million. But new owner Brian Wallach, who with his wife Tammy closed on the deal November 30th, said community support in Canal Winchester, just east of the Columbus airport, will be vital as they move forward with their plans for the property. I'm not like the previous owner who had extra money to throw at it if it doesn't make money, he said. I need it to be successful.
Okay. I'm going into business to be successful. I'm not like everybody, all these losing money type businesses around here. I'm going in there to be successful.
I mean, golf course probably is a business that's hard to fail at, I think. It's expensive.
Yeah.
There's a certain
It's a
amount
lot
of
of risk.
expensive type of people who want to do it all the time. I mean, we're talking these guys golf every day. I worked at a golf club for a short period of time, for 2 years, and as a dishwasher. And I mean, you saw the same people every day. I know it's a club, so it was a private club.
Right.
But I mean, these guys were there every single fucking morning. They got up in the morning, they drove to the golf course, they ate breakfast in the clubhouse, and then they fucking went out and played 18 holes of golf every single day. And they called me princess because I had my eyebrows pierced and I would paint my fingernails black at the time. I was going for a look. You know what I mean? Like blonde hair. I dyed blonde hair, 2 eyebrow piercings, and black painted fingers.
You were trying to piss guys like that off.
Yeah. Well, my wife liked to paint my fingernails. So Katie, she wasn't my wife at the time, but you know,
She was just Katie. Now she's my
Katie
wife.
at the
But
time. Now
before
she's
that,
my
she
wife.
was Katie.
Yeah. So here's the sentence where this article becomes something. Columbus and Franklin County Metro Parks were in contract to buy the course for $1.8 million earlier this year and plan to turn it into a park. That didn't sit well with neighbors, including the Wallachs and the nearby villages of Westchester, a development of about 900 homes whose owners had paid premium prices to live near the golf course.
Yeah, so they got scammed.
Yeah, I don't think that there's a guarantee just because you live by a golf course that you're going to be living in a neighborhood by a golf course for your whole life.
But you're right, but people think it is. People think it's a surefire bet. These are valuable and they're just worth the most money. Everybody wants to live on a golf course. And they don't want to live 45 minutes outside of Columbus on a fucking golf course.
Yeah, I also think that like you buy a house. I don't have a lot of sympathy for somebody who buys a house for, I don't know,
an amenity or something like that.
Well, no. You get a mortgage. I don't know how they're 32-year mortgages, 30-year mortgages. You can't just expect that it's going to be the same the whole 30 years. I think that's a ridiculous investment. If that's your plan, I'm not saying owning a house is a ridiculous investment. I think it's a ridiculous investment to pay a bunch of money for 30 years and expect the neighborhood to be exactly the same for the whole 30 years.
Yeah, everything stays the same. Nothing will change. That's against life.
And
but it is also, this is kind of a McMansion type way of being. This is also somebody that's like, wait, public park? No.
Yes.
No. We can't. No, this is private property, not a public park.
Yes.
Different things.
Yes.
We came here to exclude. We spent all our money to exclude people. Now you're saying anybody can come out here and just run around our house.
Yeah. I think like, and it's hard for me to explain what this neighborhood is because this neighborhood is not high. It's not the highest dollar neighborhood in Ohio. This is a Columbus area thing. You know what I mean? This Canal Winchester, the house. It's a suburb. It's an exurb. It's far outside of the outer belt, and it's kind of out there. But like,
I mean, it's just a development that is away from the super far away from the city.
Yeah, it's a 30-minute drive. If you're driving, because I worked in the city and lived out there for a period of time, it's a 30-minute drive, and there's no bus line.
Right.
I couldn't get a job out there at all.
Right.
Because I didn't have a license and I couldn't get a bus trip. My parents, funny enough, they bought the crummiest house in the whole subdivision. It wasn't Westchester. But they lived in the subdivision that's just a little bit cheaper next to the villages of Westchester. But the yard on the very corner when you pull into the subdivision that has the sign in it that says the name of the subdivision.
Yeah.
My parents bought that house.
No.
And it had a 50-mile-an-hour street running behind it.
No. A 50-mile-an-hour road? How close?
The fucking backyard.
To the back? Oh,
I mean, the backyard was your backyard's way bigger than my parents were. My parents had a regular subdivision backyard. Like just the size of a fucking, I'm going to say this for Ohio, an MI Homes backyard. They had like less than an acre and 50-mile-an-hour road running behind it. You could hear those fucking cars driving all day back and forth. It's just the crummiest of all the lots. But it's like, you know, I've said this before. My parents like really wanted to be rich.
Oh, I know.
You know,
and that's what this. It is all this part of a fantasy life. There's friends of ours that live in Florida that have a lot of money to. Well, they just waste all their money. They have a ton of it, but they waste it like the rest of it. And they're chasing this idea of being rich people. They bought a house that they didn't see, and once they bought a house that they didn't see, and once they got there, they were like, I don't really like this or that. They spent all this money trying to rehabilitate it, and then the golf course closed, which they like was the reason they bought the house, and they sold it and lost like $50,000 or something to go buy a house on another golf course.
Why are we living on golf courses?
That golf course lifestyle.
I thought these people were like privacy people. They just want people to be able to walk up to their backyard. Like the golfers are right there just walking up around your backyard. I don't know why you want to live by a golf course.
Yeah, why not Frisbee golf course?
That I would love to. I do live by
I would
one.
pay extra for a Frisbee golf course.
Yeah, I'd pay extra for a bowling alley. I'd pay extra for almost anything other than a golf course.
Yeah, like a neighborhood rec center or roller skating rink or something. That seems like a good thing for the community to share. But like a golf course takes up so much fucking land.
Yeah.
And then it also just became a scam. It just seems like it's a scam at this point.
Yeah.
Like they just kept saying like, well, we'll push further and further outside of the city, and then we'll throw a golf course there, and then people will think they're like in a TV show, even though they're in West Jefferson, Ohio.
Yeah. So, in fact, the Wall Lakes had just built a home near the 16th green. I was ready to walk away from the house, Brian Wallach said.
I'm out. You fucking public out here with little fucking kids coming here for free, playing on slides, swinging.
We do have public golf courses that are part of state parks, though, too.
True.
So they could have maybe even,
that's what
I don't even know. They might have been planning to just make it a public golf course.
They didn't want me and you out there in jeans,
no.
Yeah, fucking no cleats on or whatever, no goofy fucking hats.
They want guys with gray hair. Like, that is what they want, people with gray hair golfing. They don't want me there even. I'm 41 years old, going to be 42 next month, but I'm not like gray enough.
Yeah.
If they saw me there, they would be bothered by it. Like, oh, what is this? What's these fucking youngsters showing up with their fucking hats?
Garish clothing.
Yeah, I'm wearing a floral print hoodie and a fucking Supreme hat.
You're like, I got these clubs off Facebook Marketplace.
Are they good? Are these good ones?
Yeah.
They're all different. I know you're not supposed to buy just a set of clubs. So I bought one club from each person on Facebook Market, and then it's just all the same club because I don't understand how clubs work.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want you up there with your Playing Against Sports clubs.
Yeah. So his wife learned of Metro Park's plan while browsing through the comments on the Canal Winchester Connection Facebook page. I said, "Oh my gosh, they're turning the golf course into a public park," she said. This article is written positive. This is a positive profile of these people.
Yeah, this is like terror was coming to town, and then these people fought back.
Yeah, finally, the slobs win against the snobs, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, concerned residents created online petitions and informational websites to inform the community as to what was happening. Those efforts succeeded. The Metro Parks Board of Commissioners announced September 15th that it no longer was in contract to purchase the course, which was owned by developer Charlie Ruma. It had been for sale for years.
Years?
Yeah, years.
This guy's trying to dump it for years.
Yeah.
And they're like, why don't we just make it a public park?
Yeah, nobody wants it.
That would be a tragedy.
Nobody else wants it.
I paid $1.7 million for a house on this park. Are you kidding me?
I mean, I can't even believe this. The tone of this article. I'm reading it in an evil way, but like it's written in a nice way.
But it's also, this is the only successful story that you're going to get. Like if you have $1 million house, you can bend the will of the world in your direction. Like if you and all your 100,000-aire buddies get together in your community, you can do whatever you want.
And if you don't want regular ass people to show up,
Yeah,
then-
let's keep them out.
Yeah.
This is our neighborhood, god damn it. We pay good money to be here.
Yeah.
Let's keep the slobs out.
And this gets better though. However, the Wallachs were hardly ready at the moment to put in an offer. Brian Wallach, in particular, was adamant that he had no interest in owning a golf course. When this first came down, I told Tammy, "We're not buying a golf course. We are not," he said. "The last thing we want to do is buy a golf course. No, no, no."
Which I agree. I mean, you insinuated that it's easy to do, but it seems like the biggest pain in the ass in the world.
I just don't think that the owners... I think the owners are like, oh, you know, we hire a golf pro to do that. We hire the landskeepers to do that. And then, what, you just play golf. You know what I mean? Like, what is it that you're doing that's so important?
You have to manage all the lawn care. You have to run a restaurant. You have to also run like a sales team to get more people to join the club.
So you can make your money back.
Yeah.
Your 1.7 million, which... Or did they say 1.7 million?
Yeah, they said it was for sale. They said that it was going to be sold for 1.8 as a public park, but these people came in at 1.7 and got the deal instead.
Yeah, the public park was like, well, if you don't want us there, then fuck you.
Fine.
It makes me want to go and fucking vandalize this golf course. I want to go do donuts on this golf course more than anything. I want to like do the things. Like, I wish I had the money to become a member of this golf course and make a fucking mockery of it.
We might be able to just play a day fee and just wear football cleats and like run drills in the greens and tear them up to shreds.
Tackle each other at the fucking thing. Just really horseplay.
Yep.
Like, be the worst
kicked out.
nightmare.
Yeah. We'll probably end up in like John Becker's prison or something, though.
Now this sentence is the one that sealed it, that I had to read this. As previous owners of the Upper Lansdowne Golf Course in Asheville, the Wallachs know about golf course management and the impact Mother Nature can have on the bottom line.
Say it one more time.
As previous owners of the Upper Lansdowne Golf Course in Asheville, the Wallachs knew about golf course management and the impact Mother Nature can have on the bottom line.
What is this story?
Yeah.
They already own this. This makes sense now.
They owned a
They
golf
know
course.
how to run a golf course already. They've done it before.
These guys love golf courses.
They can't get enough.
They're just fucking freaking out over golf courses.
It's exercise, they think. It's like racist exercise.
It is. But they also know the passion residents have for Westchester course, which Brian Wallach described as the best golf course around the area. But it doesn't disappear when you put in a public park. Unless they were planning.
Yeah, maybe they're going to dam up the holes.
That would be cool, though.
Just pouring concrete, right? Squirting a fucking load of concrete into every hole.
I would have fucking loved that. I mean, what were they really going to do?
I don't know. We'd have to. I don't know what the plans were. We'd have to look what the drawings were.
They didn't have. I don't know that they had. I think they were just going to turn it into a metro golf course, is what it sounded like to me.
And also, I think that someone posted when I shared this on Facebook. I didn't look into it. I really should have. But I think a metro park. Public park skyrockets your value too.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, look at like all the public parks. The closer you are to it, the more money you have to pay.
Oh, I had no idea.
I mean, Goodale and one on the west side is a big deal. You know, Schiller Park is huge. If you have a house near Schiller Park, it costs a lot of money.
But just anybody can walk around in those parks.
That's true. You mean, yeah, it's a dice roll on who's going to enjoy those parks. Yeah. That's what they don't like.
Yeah.
I want to know with certainty that these are paying members to be on this gigantic waste of money.
This makes me
golf
hate...
course sucks anyways.
I hate it.
I mean, I think we have to take this away from people anyways. If they're already there, I think it's fun to play. I'm a games guy, every kind of game possible. So I'm not against that, but the amount of resources and waste and all of that, and I don't think we need
the people are awful,
and the people that do it are the worst. Yeah,
I can't think of worse group of people. I sit and I try to think like billionaires but billionaires play golf. All
Yeah.
of them,
Oh, yeah.
You know? So it's like, who can I think of that makes me crazier than golfers? And I can't. And it might be because I worked at a golf club. It might be because my wife worked at a golf club and a country club. She worked in the main country club in Columbus there for a period. Just said it was awful. Everybody was awful. They weren't nice, and
Yeah.
it was just not a good place to be.
Bitter,
bad
awful
vibes.
people that have
Yeah.
too much and complain all the time.
But they also knew the passions residents have for Westchester course, which Brian Wallach described. Okay, so the community is what really drove us, he said. We knew it's probably not the best investment for our dollars, but after I spent some time going through the golf course's financial books, I thought this could be a good investment. Now, I want to correct him when he says the community is what really drove us. What he means is keeping people from the community out of by their house is what drove them.
I've talked to everybody in this neighborhood. They are proudly xenophobic. They hate anybody from the outside. We're all talking about the other. We don't want the other around, and we have a strict policy against that and a firm commitment to keeping others out. That's what brought us here. That's the community, We're insular. We're closed off. We're cloistered.
We moved here because we don't want metro or public.
Right.
We don't like those words.
Right.
At all. They make us mad. Again,
there's already benches in that park, and I gladly pay my greens fee every year to enjoy them, and I'm perfectly fine with that system.
They also have been in real estate for more than 20 years. Have rehabbed more than 100 homes and own a construction business, Tammy said.
Fridge?
These people are horrible. Can you imagine
Flippers.
Golf Week magazine? Golfweek.usatoday.com wrote this as a positive story. They also plan to make improvements to the course. And they got a little quote from somebody at the end. I'm happy for the Wallachs and even happier for the residents, said Jimmy Ryan, who's been living on the Westchester Golf Course's 9th fairway since the early 90s. I didn't like the way the Metro Parks handled it. They had no intention of letting this be a golf course if they had purchased it.
Oh, the slash and burn. That damn government coming to take away people's rights at 18 holes.
There's other golf courses, dude. Just
leave here. Yeah, go somewhere to go do that. Make it a trip.
Yeah, go buy another fucking house. Okay? The next thing I have here is...
Oh, man.
What? That's so infuriating. It's an infuriating article. It's an infuriatingly happy profile of horrible people.
Yeah, shocking.
Yeah. Somebody on Twitter... Cold Junk Food on Twitter sent me this right before we recorded. I didn't get to read it ahead, but this is an article from Sachs Consulting and Investigative Services Inc. And the headline is 4 Secrets of Self-Checkout Thieves and How to Stop Them.
Oh, neat.
So now we're getting in their heads.
We know what they're looking for.
Yes. Because I had an experience today at the grocery store.
All right.
It made me so mad that I'm still fuming in my mind. I'm professionally doing this show and laughing and having a good time. I'm more mad at the grocery store than I've ever been.
Really?
Ever. Yeah. So I get there, right? I got to go in the morning to get some coffee because I forgot to get coffee yesterday. So I went to go buy my coffee. And I bought these 2 things, and then I bought something else, and it came out to $15.86. Okay.
Yeah.
I pulled $16 in cash out of my pocket. I put them in the self-checkout thing. I didn't steal anything here. Okay. I put a 10 in, and it goes in. A 5 in, and it goes in. And then it's like the cash machine's broken. And I'm like, well, I'll just give the cashier $1,
right,
and I'll get out of here. And he's like, hold on a second. And I'm like, okay. And he prints off something on a receipt, and he keeps trying to scan it, and it won't scan. And he's like, dang it. Man.
Wow.
This is, wow.
Drats, can you believe it?
Yeah, can you believe it? He goes up to the counter, And he's talking to them for a little bit. Then he comes back, he tries to scan it again. And then he goes like this. I'll tell you what, it's $15.86. I was like, well, I put $15 in that machine. So it's 86. And he was like, I'll tell you what, $5.86. And I was just like, okay. And I handed him $6 and I left. So the self-checkout,
They got you back.
stole from me
Whoa.
today. $5 isn't going to hurt me. I'm not going to narc this guy out, obviously. But I got fucked by the Kroger Corporation today.
Wow, they really bargained you down. That's not your fault that machine broke.
I know. And I could have yelled and probably just paid the $1. But I don't want to ruin somebody's day like that. You know, it was just like, oh, I guess, you know,
Fuck, man.
on balance, I still get more from them. I mean, I just stole a $20 thing of vanilla extract from them last week.
Okay.
Couldn't see myself paying for it. It just
That's hard.
I saw it. I went to pay for it. I went to the self checkout. I went to scan it. It's so light that like you can just toss it in the bag and then they'll come and you'll be like, oh, I thought I scanned it. You know?
What's that?
Yeah. Yeah. So let's.
Wow, you got fucked, man.
I did. You're fucking
You
telling
flubbed that.
me.
You did flub that.
It's not a flub. They flubbed. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna stand there and yell at a cashier?
You get on your belly and you bang your fists and your feet on the ground. You throw a tantrum.
Okay, I could have yelled.
They can price change $5. That guy really what a master negotiator with that. He's like,
did.
all right, that's fine. Just give me the money. And you're like, I paid all the money. Well, let's call it halvesy and say it's even.
Yeah, and here's the only thing I can think of is that I washed my wallet last night and my pants.
Okay.
And the money was kind of wet. And I think I broke the machine.
You think you shorted out the machine?
I may have broke the machine with my wet 10 and 5.
You threw a water park bill.
Yeah.
One of those soaked ass bills.
Yeah. All my credit cards now are bent in. Like, they're all bent now. The washing it.
You washed them and dried them?
Yeah.
Why? How?
I put them in my pants pockets and then later on that night, I didn't take it out and I washed it.
All right.
Shit happens,
There it is.
man.
Okay. I believe you.
It happened more than once. All my credit cards are now like bent in. They're like a bow. They'll straighten out eventually. Sitting on my fat ass with them, you know. Americans don't like standing and waiting in long lines at checkout. Therefore, about 90% will use self-checkout, especially if they're in a hurry or have only a few items. Retailers are always looking at ways to reduce labor costs and redirect the savings to other areas of the business, which, by the way, that they don't redirect the savings to us. We don't get those savings.
No.
You know? Therefore, the addition of self-checkout lanes has made sense. However, with the adoption of this technology, shoplifting has nearly doubled in grocery stores. That's probably even less, you know? And the degree of theft and the types of techniques used to steal have changed too. Please also remember, because mask wearing is more prevalent, it will be harder to identify the thief. Oh, believe me, I've been knowing that.
Yeah, lots of people have seen the opportunity presented.
That is a part that I like about it. And here are 4 common shoplifter methods and what you as a store owner or manager can do to prevent them in the first place.
Okay.
Number 1, banana trick.
Oh, they know.
They do know. They know the banana trick.
Yeah, everybody does, I guess.
The method of theft leverages the ignorance of the machine. The shopper scans a lower priced item's barcode for a higher priced item's barcode, i.e. ringing up filet mignon at $14 per pound as bananas for 59 cents per pound. This guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. You can't do that. You don't weigh the filet mignon, Brett. You don't weigh that. They weigh that for you.
Yeah, you scan that.
Oh,
you can't do a 41-1 on that.
Yeah, a 4011 is for fucking other vegetables that cost more, or nuts.
Cherries. You can do cherries. Do 4011 on a cherries.
Yeah, nuts.
Raspberries sometimes get up there.
Yeah, you can't do it with raspberries though. They got a barcode.
You know what I'm gonna say? I do a little bit deeper fake on this when it comes to like if I'm gonna get pine nuts, which are sometimes $24.99 a pound in like bulk. I do peanuts because it's just those are only a couple dollars.
And
a
if they
pound.
told you, and if they said something, you'd be like, peanuts.
Yeah, these are peanuts.
Peanuts.
It says nuts.
Yeah, and half the time they don't know what the food is.
No, they don't
know
care.
what I mean?
You do have to you can't just straight up pull a jack move on the cashier. In the days of tag switching, when you would just take a tag from something else and move it over, that
Good old days.
That was something that there had to be some believability. You would get a $25, you would get a cook set that was $110 and you would peel a tag for a $25 one so that when they scanned it, it just said cookware. And that was enough for them to have plausible deniability. People started trying to get stuff for $1.98 and it's like, you ruined the game.
Yeah. And yeah,
That's the same with this. It's like with the PLUs, you're not ringing up a filet mignon as a banana, you're fucked over, right?
Yeah.
But any other piece of produce, you're fine.
Yeah, hot bar is another one you can
Yeah.
ring up as bananas because that thing
Hot
can
bar's
get
too
you.
much.
It can get you. It can.
Yeah, $14 salad out of nowhere, and that is the chintziest fucking produce. It's the worst food.
I know. One of the best things about COVID is they got rid of the hot bar
Right.
and the salad bar in
Yeah.
the store because that thing got
killed,
me.
was one positive kill.
When I was broke as fuck, when I was like at my lowest, there would be times where I'd be like, you know what? I'll go in, I'll make a big fucking salad, throw some chicken on it,
Yep.
throw all that stuff on it, make a nice salad for dinner and get my guts moving
Yeah.
the right way. I'd rather have that than like a Whopper, which
Yeah.
is what I got most of the time. And I remember one time I did it. I made this beautiful salad. I went to ring it up and they said it was like $29.
Oh no.
I was like, I don't want this anymore. And it's like, at that point, they might as well just give it to me. It's not like they're going to put the fucking thing back,
Yeah.
And they took that fucking salad and they put it right behind the counter and just were like,
That's
all right.
trash. They're going to throw away $30 worth of salad now.
Throw this in the trash.
Well, sir, you certainly created the salad of your dreams, but you can't afford it.
No, I'll never be able to afford a $30 salad.
You really took a $20 salad up there?
Yeah, because I didn't know. I didn't know how many pounds it was.
Right. Yeah,
You
that's
know?
a lot of pounds.
It gets into one of those things where it's like it says it's $6 a pound. You're like, what's lettuce weigh?
Sure.
But what I did obviously was
whole-
pile a bunch of chicken on.
A couple grilled chicken breasts.
Yeah, just a ton of chicken. It's like me and Katie will split this. It's a bunch of chicken. It's got all the heaviest fruits. It's got all the heaviest vegetables on it.
Yeah, lead berries.
Then I went and bought a Whopper, and I said, I tried to do the right thing today.
Yeah, I
tried.
did. I really did.
Yeah. The next one's called the pass around. Items that leave the conveyor belt and are placed in the bag without being scanned at all are stolen with the pass around method.
Yeah.
In other words, the thief passes the item around the payment device while pretending to scan the item for payment.
So incredibly easy to do.
The easiest move though is
That's what you just said with the vanilla.
it's just throw it in the bag.
You skip it, yeah.
Yeah, you don't even like scan it or anything. You run it across the thing. Might not even, you can run it across in a way where it doesn't scan and just toss it in there.
Yeah.
And like you do that with stuff like vanilla extract. That's like $20 for a small thing of it.
Also, if you're talking about staying on top of this, to pay people to diligently pay attention to this, you might as well go back to regular cashiers.
Yeah.
You would have to have a one-to-one person because whenever I go, it's a one person. There's lights blinking. You've got 16 fucking self-serve stations. There's a light blinking on every fourth one of them. And this person is just going from each one to each one. And they don't know that I took that vanilla extract and put it straight into the cart. Yeah. They show up. They see 3 more blinking lights they have to do, and they just have to solve my blinking light.
Yeah, and the other thing is like, if you want to free. They don't want to free up any of those people's time. They want them working the whole time they're
Right.
there. So like checking IDs is like going to take them away, like where they can't watch you. Because they're constantly checking IDs. I mean, everybody, most people are buying an age-restricted product, so they have to go bouncing around back and forth to each one of the things. The fucking Kroger by my house, man, at the end, if they think that you're stealing, if the machine has some algorithm to decide that you're stealing, and fucking it'll be like before you can pay, it'll say this customer has 76 items or 24 items.
Really?
And like the cashier, I guess, is supposed to count your items. That's all I can think of. Why would it say
It just
the number
says
of
in the-
items you bought?
Has it happened to you?
Yeah, like 3 or 4 times.
And it just says like, come count. Just
It
come
says, please
verify.
wait, cashier assistance is required, 73 items or 25 items. But it's like, they're not going to fucking
No.
count 70 items.
No.
You know, what is that even? They always just come over and clear it and
Right.
fucking take off. It's like you said, they just solve the problem. They just come over and say, what will get this guy off of this machine
Yeah.
fast?
We have other people behind him that want to give us money, and he's slowing that up.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you're damming up the whole thing.
I mean, in the
like-
end, they're also getting money, and there is markup. It's not like it's killing.
They're making they've planned for all of this.
and they
And this advice is it just doesn't land because no one can be prepared enough to handle this.
yeah, and they rip you off anyway because, like, again, there was a time when they would bag those groceries for you and even walk out with you, walk the groceries out and load it in your car.
Yeah.
And they took all that shit away. They took all of that stuff away in order to do this,
I
to
worked
get
there.
me bagging and doing all of that stuff. And like, I don't want to work for you.
Yeah, it should be a co-op. If you're just gonna take all the dry goods and the produce and put it at a central place, and then I have to check out what I have to log what I'm doing, it might as well be the library. This is
Yeah.
the library to me, where I'm not gonna steal these books, and technically I could just go and grab. I mean, I could just go grab them and take them off the shelves, but like I'm logging, what is going out here. But yeah, they don't offer service anymore.
No, and the prices don't go down.
No, the prices have gone up.
If the prices went down, like Aldi, right? Shit's cheap at Aldi because they don't bag your shit for you. They have somebody sitting in a chair just fucking throwing it in the cart as hard as they can.
As fast as they can.
And hey, I'm fine with that. But the prices are lower because they do that.
Right.
And the Kroger is supposed to be a full service situation, and it's not anymore, but it's still the same price it was. Well, it's more expensive. It's still roughly the same chunk out of your bank account, that it was before.
It's so hard to pay the prices at Kroger sometime. It's not the full service situation it was. I know you just said all that.
The next one here is the cover up. This technique involves hiding items in the bottom of the cart. The idea is out of sight, out of mind. So why should the shopper pay for it? It's also a perfect way to deny any wrongdoing if caught. I didn't realize that item was there. I would have paid for it.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, what do you want me to do?
No, that's true.
I made a
Absolutely.
mistake.
Especially if you have a kid, it's so easy to do. Like I said before, I walked out with stuff all the time when I had Charlotte as a toddler because I was just there being chummy, good old dad. And it was like, oh no, all that sparkling water, that's $4 a case. I didn't even think about it. I was just emptying the basket. I was trying to love my child more. That's all I was doing.
I did a whoopsie. I can't help it. I mean,
please let me. You do have to have the money to pay for it on the spot.
Yeah.
You have to be ready to pay for it. But I also think that it does provide plausible deniability. I think that until you pull it, no one's going to know.
Most of the time they won't.
They will never say anything.
You
get away with it.
If they know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they know, they don't care.
Right.
They just 99% of the time you get away with this. This is like the most foolproof way to do it. You can't
load it up with like 500 beers on the bottom of the cart.
Yeah.
But yeah, some dog food and some waters and stuff. Yeah, just walk right out.
Yeah, if you did beer, here's the fucking fatal flaw with beer is that you're supposed to show your ID, you know? And like if it's harder to say I forgot to bring the beer off the thing, because then you're also saying like, I just figured they didn't ask for my ID.
I scanned one case of beer. There's 8 of them down there, so I just scanned the one 8 times.
Yeah, and I also feel like stealing beer is a move you don't want to do.
Sure, I know. I guess I want to steal beer though.
No, I agree.
Sure,
I think that's the main thing you want to steal.
It's the best thing to steal.
Yeah, the price is. Yeah. The price of beer is very expensive, so you want
medicine for some of us.
Yeah, and you want
IPA
to steal the beer, but I would recommend you don't steal the beer or the liquor. Really, I wouldn't
pay
steal
for the beer,
wine or anything.
Steal like mushrooms and
Italian meats.
Yeah,
that's my favorite thing to steal.
Jake says he likes to just like palm a couple of those raspberries, like the pints, just palm them and then put your hands right in your pockets and then just keep shopping, you know? But there's little tiny ones, like they're $4 a piece. You know?
Yeah, I know.
They just take them. They have a little blanket on the bottom to catch all the juice.
I mean, putting them in your pocket though that's stealing. That's like
so is you're stealing too at the register.
No, what I'm saying is though, it's a different kind of stealing.
Regular stealing is just as good as this bougie stealing. Or
I think regular stealing is fine. I'm not against it. It's a higher risk proposition to regular steal.
No, I mean you also have to know. I mean, you can get away with regular stealing. Regular stealing is pretty easy.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't be you can't be desperate. You can't look the part. But you can regular steal, and it's the same.
I just feel like regular stealing is so hard. There's so much. There's a ton more risk in regular stealing that's not there with the. It's like
my wife does it on accident constantly.
It's like there's armed robbery, and then there's heists. And I'm a heist guy. Like I got to go in and do a heist because I don't want to get in trouble for it. But
they're going to charge you with regular stealing for your shenanigans at the self-checkout.
Right, and they charge the guys that do the heist at the bank with robbing a bank still. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
But the guys that do the heist get away with it more often because they think about it and they do it in a very white-collar crime way. That's the way I think of it. It's like, I'm just doing white-collar crime. You know, nobody from Enron went to jail. I think somebody from Enron did go to jail.
Yeah, they went to jail.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody went to jail for the financial collapse of 2008, but people went to jail for, like, Bernie Madoff went to jail because he was doing real stealing. You know,
here's the thing about real stealing. It can become a natural way of being. Like I said, you hold the groceries in your hand and then you go to like scratch your head or something. So you have to like put it in your pocket and you start like scratching your head. All of a sudden, that's yours now.
Ooh, I do not. I'm coming out on the side of like, I would not regular steal. That's just me.
I'm okay. I can understand. I just don't want you to say that. I don't think it's a different. It's not like
it is different.
You're not doing a better version.
No,
at the self checkout.
I'm not morally better than somebody that regular steals. What I'm saying is that like I'm doing it in a way
I think
that minimizes the risk of me getting caught and getting in trouble.
Regular steal combined with self-checkout steal is the ultimate flourish, though. Like, you have to go pay. If you regular steal, you have to pay. You have to make it look like, oh, I came here to shop, but you also have $16 in berries in your overcoat. Right?
Sure.
And then you also do, because by the time you've regular stole, once you get to the self-checkout, then you can start doing a little sleight of hand, you know.
Yeah, and there's also probably with regular stealing, you have to make sure nobody's following. It just feels scarier though.
Yeah, I mean, and also somebody in the chat, Pliny the Elder, longtime listener, good friend, said you can't complain, you can't claim incompetence.
Yeah. If
That's
you're
the
regular
thing.
stealing, you can't be like, I don't know.
I was gonna brush my hair, and I had to put that in my pocket to brush my hair in the store, and I just forgot it was in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife does regular steal on accident, and that's what I was like. She just will be like, have to go grab something, and we'll just put it in her pocket to make sense. And then when we get out there, it's like, oh, I didn't even pay for that. It's like, yeah.
But you know what though? It's less risky because of your wife and what she looks like and who she is.
Sure.
But yeah, also get you in real trouble though. You know, if they were like, if somebody decided to be a hard ass,
Right.
But the thing about your wife is they're not checking her. They're
Right.
not even looking at her. They don't like have any interest in her. They're looking at you.
Yeah,
Probably more than
I'm
her.
sus, yeah.
Yeah, your beard. You grew the beard, and now
I look
now
hot as
you look
fuck,
like a
too.
shoplifter. Yeah. Like with me, I like don't. I am so invisible in this world that it's easy for me to get away with things in public that most people don't. Well, not that most people. There are a lot of people that get away with it just like me. It's just that like I just happen to be born totally invisible and never did anything to like alter my look. I mean, honestly, I could dress a little bit different and nobody would ever accuse me of anything ever.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You would have to, if you could definitely switch to a different gear and be completely invisible. You could do whatever you want.
Yeah, I could put on khakis and put on like a polo shirt and or even just faded glory jeans and a
There
polo
you go.
shirt and a
Yes.
pair of fucking New Balance.
If you
And-
did a regular guy outfit, you would unlock the keys to the universe.
Yeah. I just don't want to wear a regular guy outfit. I just
Yeah,
can't be a
it's hard
regular
to
guy. Yeah, I can't do
The
it.
jeans suck, man.
The jeans are the worst
Faded
part.
glory jeans suck.
Yeah, they're hard to wear, and you just back when I was dressing like that, back when I was dressing like a normal guy, you know, I never felt good about it. It just because it wasn't who I was when I was.
You knew you were just settling. You knew you were just taking like the cheapest thing that would cover your dick and balls.
Yeah, because when I was growing up, like I always cared about what I wore, and then after Gwen was born, I was just like, I can't even begin to care.
Yeah, there's no money to care.
Yeah,
I mean, I spent so much of my the early days of Charlotte's life. It was whatever I got at Christmas was my wardrobe. Like it would like my mother-in-law would get me sweaters from Costco, and that's what I wore a lot for. That was my clothes. There was no chance I could ever get to pick what I wore.
Yeah, it's like when you have a kid, you like the first few years, even it's just like I don't even care. I don't. All I do is this kid shit.
Well,
That's
yeah,
it.
and
It's
it's also
my whole
like-
life.
Jeans are $50, and that's I need that for something else. Like I couldn't imagine spending $50 on jeans when I have these ones that still go around my waist. They're technically jeans.
That's true. The next thing they have here is the switcheroo, which I don't believe exists anymore.
Switcheroo.
The method involves a little more work before getting to the self-checkout device. Here, the swindler removes the price sticker off lower-priced items and sticks it over a higher-priced item's label.
No, that's old.
That's-
That's tag switching, which I talked about earlier. But you can't do that in this day and age.
Yeah, this guy's just adding some shit
This
now.
was-
He's just trying to get words.
Pre
You know,
2010.
fuck, dude, probably pre
Yeah, 2010.
2005, I'd say. I don't remember the last time. I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't remember the last time I saw a price tag.
I tag switched definitely when we started the show. I had done tag switching before, right then, before.
I don't know where you see a price tag. I've tag switched once because
you could argue a little bit and they could change the numbers.
I tag switched once recently because Kroger does this thing where they have these marked down items and they put a sticker on them that says woohoo marked down. You know, have you ever seen those stickers?
Right.
They actually say woohoo on them.
Manager special.
And yeah, and I saw one that was kind of coming off and I just fucking grabbed it and put it on something else. And I did that, you know, and I also have in the past put a different fruit tag on an avocado so that I could just scan it. Put one with a barcode on it so you can scan it, so I can get avocados cheaper because they're fucking expensive, you know?
Right.
And so I've done that. Successful switcheroos are only done with things that have close to the same weight. So the unexpected item and bagging area alert is not triggered, locking up the checkout screen and requiring management override. I'm going to tell you this, dude. This is wrong. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, and also there used to be also sometimes, like I said, cookware was a big one that I did this, and other people I know did this. But they would also have a UPC sticker that went on the box. And you could take that UPC and put it over the UPC on like another item.
Okay. Big Lots had that.
Yeah.
For a period. Okay.
Walmart did it too.
Okay.
Walmart also there was a Wild West at Walmart for a while where you could just go and create a commotion or haggle or just cause problems and they would just get rid of you.
Go in there and haggling at Walmart.
When Walmart came, I remember just everybody running so many scams on it.
Really?
Constantly. Buying video game systems and returning a brick, all of the just taking a receipt into the store, grabbing an item off the shelf,
People
and then
love
going
that.
to the return department and just getting a gift card.
People do the receipt scam to this day. You get busted for that now, though. That's another one that is like a really high risk move because people get busted for the receipt scam all the time.
There's a lot of camera activity. I don't know how close of attention they're paying, but like it does seem that they know. We would go probably every weekend. It would be like a Friday night and we would be bored and we would go steal a video game and just play it all weekend. And sometimes we would just steal bad video games.
How do you steal a video game?
Just open up the box or ask to see it or say you're going to take it up to the shelf and then you cut the box open.
Oh, so you were
I was
just
really
taking
good with
the
the
disc.
razor. Yeah, just the disc. Yeah, I didn't need the manual. My get down was I had this razor and I would cut the spine of DVDs open and then just palm the disc and just get rid of it. Blockbuster, Walmart, Target, Media Play, all of the disc stuff. I had no cases, or I just had a big CD case full of games and CD-ROMs.
But that's all you fucking need,
Yeah,
man.
it's the game. It doesn't matter. It's Baldur's Gate still.
Yeah, and you can still you were at a time where you could still go on the internet and find the instruction manual too. Yeah.
There was half in, half out. Yeah.
What did you do? Did you figure out these scams yourself, or did you look them up on the internet? Were you fucking surfing shoplifters' websites?
No, it was just.
This was just you.
Well, and also just I hung around with a lot of people that would like to steal too. There was a guy there was a friend of mine that I hung out with, these older kids. I was in this advanced math when I was in 9th grade. I took senior math. And I hung out with these guys and became friends with them, and they were big shoplifters. And there was another kid in my math class that was also a huge shoplifter. He would, you could go shop at the store. You could go into a store and tell him what you wanted, and he would charge you 50% off. He'd give you 50% off anything in the store and just go get it for you.
And he taught you how to.
Well, yeah, we would just. It wasn't even. He didn't teach me. I would tell him how I got stuff. He would tell me how he got stuff.
This is a free exchange of information.
Yes, it's just thieves. There was just openly people that stole. You had the guts to do it. It was a cool thing to do, and I don't know. It is easy to do as a white regular ass looking guy.
Yeah, we went through a period of stealing cigarettes. That was like the only real stealing me and my crew did. We would, back when they could put cigarettes on the floor, they would have them in these big turny things, like they put batteries on now. They would put the cigarettes out on the floor. They ended up having to put them in the behind the counter as per the law. But back before they did that, we spent all of our times just figuring out how to steal cigarettes.
Yeah.
And we were really bad at it. The guy that did it most got caught 3 times. He just would, because the strategy was to knock a pack of cigarettes on the floor, pick it up, walk it to the bathroom, put it in your pants, and then walk back. And then, use homophobia when they try to search you.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what? Hey, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this was like 1993 or 92. Oh, hey, come on. You're going to touch my fucking dick? You know?
Yeah.
And like, but we got caught all the fucking time. Like, I feel like my crew didn't feel like comfortable stealing because so many times I watched one of them have to sit and talk to the police.
You got to do it quickly and comfortably, I think.
Yeah.
Like for me, it would just be go in and I would steal something immediately. Like as soon as I would walk in and walk past people, I would just grab candy or something, put it in my pocket to get comfortable, and then go grab the thing that I wanted, then go buy something and walk out. Like the more time you hem and haul down the aisles, like everybody knows what you're doing. But if you know what you're going to grab and then you know what you're going to buy, like you can make it look like you're just a regular person here on a mission to get one thing and get out of there.
Yeah. So there's some information on justifications to steal. Most people who steal from stores this way often justify their actions. 1, why should I feel bad about taking a couple of items when the grocery store is cutting back on employees? I think that's a perfect justification. Really?
Why take items when they're cutting back on employees?
It says, why should I feel bad about taking them when they're cutting back on employees? Which we've already...
Yeah, that's what I said. It was like,
it's our justification.
You should pay somebody to watch me check out if you don't want me to steal when I check out.
If the store's going to
But they can also, like, we know what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
You are charging me so much money that if I steal, you still make money.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's the old hotel towels trick.
Yeah, exactly. We charge you enough money to pay for the towels. Guess what? If I'm Kohl's is giving you a discount and they planned for it.
Yeah.
They knew they were going to give you 33% off. They're not losing any money. They wanted to sell it to you at 33% off.
Yeah, yeah. They from the beginning were like, we're going to do 33% off. We're
Right.
going to... Kohl's is the scam of the century.
Of course.
Of
but
course.
It is that this is nothing that is going to be solved because they aren't willing to do it. They aren't willing to pay people. They don't care enough about stealing. It doesn't. You're not going to make any money trying to catch thieves. You're going to lose money.
Yeah, here's the second one. If the store's going to put me to work by checking out and bagging my items, why shouldn't I get a little back? That's us too.
They got us back.
They got us dead to rights here.
We're right. You know what? I respect it, man. You saw us coming.
It's their fault for turning their back on the customer. It's a natural reaction to making the shopping experience impersonal. Is the last justification.
Yeah, and I don't think it's their fault. I don't think it's their fault.
The stores?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it's their fault that I steal. I just think that well, maybe that is what I mean.
I think it's a
their
natural
fault.
reaction. I think the natural reaction to making a shopping experience impersonal is like a really good point because it is impersonal. It's like, I don't feel like I'm stealing from the cashier, but back when you had to walk past the cashiers
Yeah.
and and all that stuff, it was like, I think it was like just a little bit different when you were having you can go to a grocery store now without having any social interaction with anybody that works there.
Right.
You could go in there, you could fucking walk in, you get all your stuff, check out, leave, get in your car, and not talk to a single person that works for that grocery store. Why would you give a shit about the place? Why would you care at all?
You're right.
It's crazy to think that people would what?
If I
Do
thought-
I have a fondness for the building?
You're right. If I walked into Kroger's and the people there were a staff that I recognized and that knew who I was and they benefited from my patronage, I probably wouldn't steal from that kind of a place. But you've created a scenario. You've created the perfect scenario. You've sucked the blood out of what you do, and there's no it just seems like you're bad at the game. It just seems like you're a sucker if you pay full price for everything. If you buy all your groceries, you're like a fool.
Yeah.
Like, what are you, stupid?
Yeah.
They let you check them out. What are you gonna do? Be honest?
Yeah.
What kind of a fucking silly goose are you?
Yeah. I don't know any of these people. I don't know anything. You know?
And I guess I'll run it out of. I'll wait and see if it runs out of business. But they seem to be doing fine.
Yeah.
I don't think the grocery store is running out of money.
Here's how we stop checkout thieves. One, I want you to keep in mind that the website that I got this from is a consulting and investigative services company.
Okay.
One, hire a self-checkout security agent.
Okay.
Whether it's an employee or an outside officer, putting an attentive person in place to cover 2-3 lanes can reduce customer theft by up to 90%. When customers feel they are watched, they're more likely to be honest.
We just got funneled into someone's marketing scheme.
I know. It's great. And it is funny to think about, like, okay, well, why not just hire a fucking another cashier then?
Why not stop doing the self-checkout thing?
I know.
This is the cost of doing business.
Yes.
Stop talking about this like it's a problem. This is just what's going to happen. What are you going to... What, you're going to hire an enforcer?
Yeah.
You're going to crack their knuckles and say, I'm watching what goes in the bag, ma'am.
Yeah. And they're not. That's the other thing. You will never hire somebody that'll be that attentive.
You're not willing to pay enough for somebody that's willing to do the job. Pay me $100,000 a year. I'll make sure that place is
nobody's
ship-shape.
stealing.
Nobody would steal a fucking thing.
Yeah.
If I could get a house payment. But you're not. You're gonna pay someone $9 an hour to try to stop somebody else that's getting paid $9 an hour from stealing, and they know why they're stealing.
Yeah. And then just the last thing here is put in a security scanner scale. This helps prevent accidental shrinkage when a shopper mistakenly puts items in the bagging area without scanning them. And then number 3 is ensure all item in the store's database have correct pricing. That doesn't help. I mean, I guess. And then number 4, don't put impulse items near the self-checkout areas. That's like telling them not to do the business that they do. That's been how it runs. So
yeah, I think dumb shit near where you pay is what gets them a lot of money.
So they do have a self-checkout strategy. I wonder if we can if they have like a book on how to do it or something, how to do the security, or if it's just hiring guards, because that would be a fun book for us to get our hands on.
Right.
Well, that's the show. Have Merry Christmas, everybody, and a Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm Tiny Tim.
Yep. Yeah. Look just like him.
Oh yeah, tiny as hell.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Thanks for supporting what we do. We will be back on Sunday night taking calls. We want to hear about your plans for 2021.
Christmas bonuses.
Christmas bonus talk for sure. And get at us. We're on social media. You know where to find us. Brian's on Twitter. He's MurderXBrian. His original Murder Brian account got scorched, so it's MurderXBrian now. You can find me. I'm at StreetFightWCRS on Instagram. Brett Payne on Twitter, Pain. And I'm also playing Magic the Gathering right now. If you want to play against me online, MTG Arena. Or if you're a PlayStation person, I also have one of those sign-ins. So plan to do a lot of video gaming to keep my sanity together, and it's been working so far. I hope that your holidays are blessed and you get a little bit of relief, and that 2021 is the best year of your life. We appreciate everyone that has supported us in what we do, and we'll see you on Sunday. Peace.
I'll stop it.